Hello everyone, I'm FMZ and welcome to another Who to Manage video. This time we are going across to the other side of Manchester to take a look at Manchester City's squad for the coming FM21 game. Don't forget, if you enjoy this content, please leave a like on the video. If you haven't subscribed to the channel but would like to do so, please hit the subscribe button down the corner. Don't forget to click the notification bell to know when a new video goes up on the channel. It's also worth mentioning, when we take a look at these, if you haven't seen one before, we do include the players in the under-23 squad, so you can see the squad that you have now and the potential going forward. Let's dive in, shall we? Now, if I was comparing Manchester United to Manchester City, the comparisons could not be any wider. Manchester City have an abundance of players for every single position. It's why they were challenging for the title last season, and I daren't say they're going to do it again this year. But as we always do with these videos, we are going to start position by position. Let's start with the goalies. And there is quality in that squad, in that department. Obviously, Ederson will be your number one. Quite rightly so. Zach Stefan is a player that has come in under the radar into the Premier League this summer. A very good, reliable goalkeeper. I had him on FM19 with Tottenham, and he pushed Hugo Lloris very, very hard for that number one spot. Now, I'm not saying that he's going to push Ederson all that way, but he's certainly an amiable backup to Ederson should he get injured, and let's face it, given his track record since he's been in the Premier League, it will happen at some point during the season. You've got the old stager in Scott Carson as well in your squad, and reliable third choice goalkeeper who's quite happy to sit on his backside and take whatever Manchester City are paying him. Looking at the players you've got out on loan, Muric was one of the backup goalkeepers the season before last. It seems like he keeps going out on loan again, so you may want to take a look at him and either sell him on or keep loaning him out so he gains the experience, so he eventually can take that number 2 jersey away from Stefan or another goalkeeper if you decide to make a change in the goalkeeping department. But much like Manchester United and the other clubs we've looked at so far, in the goalkeeper positions there is plenty of depth. But much like with Manchester United, defensively it's a bit bare, the cupboard, on this particular occasion. Yes, there is a lot of quality in this defence, but there are a lot of players here who are either injury prone or have been prone to injuries in the past, who are, let's say, not of Manchester City's quality. And the key to winning a title, generally in most Football Manager series, is a great attack coupled with a great defence, and it's something you're really going to have to take a look at going into FM21. So we'll start at right back as we always do. So Kyle Walker and João Cancelo are your two right backs, both quality right backs, no problem at all in that particular position. Looking at the left back position, Manchester City have let Angelino go out on loan. He was quite pivotal last season in Manchester City's defence. Obviously Benjamin Mendy is very injury prone, so it's a bit of a puzzler as to why they've let him go out on loan. Obviously you've got Zinchenko, he is on that left hand side. Nathan Ake can play out there, but it's a square peg in a round hole with Nathan Ake going out there, so you probably will be inclined to take a look at the left back position. They have really sorted themselves out at centre half though. The addition of Ruben Diaz to the centre back berth towards the end of the transfer window is an inspired signing by Manchester City. So you've got strength in depth at centre half with Ake, Laporte, Diaz, Garcia, Stones, Fernandinho if you need to play him there, although he will be much better suited in the midfield department, where again Manchester City have a lot of players in the midfield department. So you've got Rodri and you've got Ilkay Gundogan to play in the centre. Coupled with Fernandinho, you are fine for the two that Manchester City would ordinarily play if you're going to stick to that system that they do play. Moving into the wider positions, so they brought in Ferran Torres to play on that right hand side. Bernardo Silva predominantly would play behind the striker but can play in the wider positions. Riyad Mahrez is obviously a great winger, as is Raheem Sterling. Phil Foden is slowly but surely becoming a very prominent part of the Manchester City team. And then there is the man himself, Kevin De Bruyne, who most of Manchester City's play, it will go through him, and I don't think you're going to have a problem necessarily keeping him at the club. I think clubs trying to sign him, particularly obviously with the global pandemic that we're currently in and the lack of finances that are going to be in the start of FM21, you're going to certainly keep hold of him unless, of course, you decide to let him go, which I don't think would be the best thing. Players coming through, it's worth taking a look at a couple of those. So Phoenix Nemetcha is a great player coming through. You may want to look to loan him out to help him get some first team experience, because let's face it, he's probably not going to get in your starting team. He may come off the bench, but that won't really help his development that much. And obviously not forgetting DeMarco Wright-Phillips. What a name that is. The son of Sean Wright-Phillips, Manchester City legend, whose grandfather happens to be the one and only Ian Wright. One department I would look to strengthen Manchester City's hand is certainly in the striking department. You've got two main strikers, Sergio Aguero and Gabriel Jesus. Now, Sergio Aguero, as much as I love him, he is getting on now, isn't he? He's coming up for 34 years of age. He is starting to come to the end of his cycle in terms of a first choice player for your team. And the injuries are now starting to stack up as well against him. So you do have Gabriel Jesus obviously to back him up. I think he's personally going to be in front of Aguero, and you're going to use Aguero a bit more sparingly than what previous Football Manager years will have done. So I would certainly, as I've mentioned, take a look in the striking department. You do have a couple coming through who can play in that position. Tedic is a good young player coming through. So certainly second season I would look to integrate him into the first team setup and see how he gets on. And another player worth taking a look at is Marlos Moreno. Another player that Manchester City have loaned out quite a bit in the past. Might be worth a go, certainly in the second season. Again, just to see how he gets on. So there we have it with Manchester City. A squad very much in transition going forward into FM21. Obviously, they've got a bit of a bloody nose after being beaten to the title by Liverpool last season. Your job is to get them back to the top of the Premier League, and with a few additions, I think they are more than capable of reclaiming the Premier League title. Don't forget, if you've enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel but like to do so, please click the subscribe button down the corner. Don't forget to click the notification bell to know when a new video goes up on the channel. Don't forget to leave me a comment if you've got any teams you want me to take a look at on this series. I've been FMZ, that was Manchester City. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.